you have to create scripts or tools to help you to in your daily activities. And also, it needs penetration testing. It's very obvious. And once that not very obvious to other people is red teaming use social engineering skills very often. The difference between red team and pen test is that red team really act as enemy. If you have enemy, he will do everything to gain access to your network. While the pen test, there's no special act. And pen test is limited to some scope. Maybe the company asks you to test an application. The scope is on the application. But when you are doing red teaming, the scope is everything. Any application, any employee, and any third party. It can be attacked, it can be targeted. The goal of red team is to penetrate, really to penetrate, maintain persistence, act like real attack would. While the penetration test only to prove that exploitation can happen. It only prove exploitation can happen. So if one can breach, then it's the end of pen test. Now, when doing a red teaming, we have something like tactics and procedure to formulate our attack. Our attack is not. Our attack is planned very well, so we can have a higher result, higher chance of success. Let me introduce you to some terms that actually you can ask. You can read this. Tactics is outline how adversaries choose to carry out attack. Maybe like if you want to attack some organization, you divide the plan to something like, oh, we must do a reconnaissance to some employees, and we attack from their system A, system B, and then if we success, we need to attack further from this side and the other. The higher level of the attack is viewed in the tactics, and the tactics is the technological approach of the tactics. How we can attack. For example, we want to social engineering employee. We want to attack the browser. We need a certain technology, and that is detailed in the techniques used. Then the procedure, it's a special sequence. It's a sequence how we implement the techniques. Actually, there's a good site named Mitra Attack ATT&CK. They describe very well about all tactics, techniques, and procedure used by adversaries in the world, and it's updated very often. Okay, some people further formulate that attack can be formatted into some stage. They call it as cyber kill chain. Some phase from how we can gather information until we get what the goal of our attack. There is 7 phases. There are 7 steps, like recon. How do you get information about the organization, the machine, the man, the employee, the third party, the library used, anything that can be used for the further attack. The weaponization is how you use the correct exploits, how you use the correct weapon to gain a foothold to the system. And the delivery is how we send the weapon or the exploit to the target. Exploitation is how we exploit the system, and installation is how we can install our agent or our uh, persistence persistent things to the system, so we can act further, to hack deeper in the organization network. The things that this differentiate between pen test and red team is how we how we do attack. Pen test do not gain do not act, attacking further to the network, while the red team, once you get in, you are free to do anything until your goal is obtained. And then there's a phase that named command and control. How you controlling the offset of the assets of the organization, doing something, hack further, and the end is exfiltrate any data or any information that is your goal. In highlight, our red team use infrastructure a lot. To do a real red team, we need infrastructure that is reliable, who can maybe send some exploit, send phishing mail, or sending command to malware to the organization, and it should be undetectable by the blue team or by the defender of the organization. And in our case, we use Python a lot for our day-to-day or red team operation. Why? Why we use Python, or maybe why cybersecurity use Python? It's very obvious that Python is designed for rapid prototyping. It's simple, very simple. The structure is clean. It's improved readability, and it's very easy to use. We don't need to write hundreds of lines to do something that simple. We just import things, import libraries, use some functions, and make it run. The library is very extensive, and the fourth point is widely adopted. Most Linux distros ship it by default. It means that if we can compromise a Linux machine on organization, we can use the power of Python there. So it's very interesting for us to learn and use Python in our pen test, in our red teaming. It's very ideal language, and of course, many essential tools are written in Python. Like what we will see in some next slides. And if not, some tools are also scriptable with Python, like debugger or debugger use Python, and then some other tools use Python script. And if we're not satisfied with these tools, we can also write our own tools. Like for example, if we want to host some files to be downloaded by users, by our victim, we can use Python to create a simple web server, or we can collect data with web server, or we can use it as client, maybe scraping, probing some client, probing the network, and the others. Or we need some basic cryptography with Python, like to encrypt and decrypt, to compute hash value, to crack, and the other things. It's we are enjoying Python very much, that we can leverage Python as the offensive tools to help us attacking organization. Where's Python used in our red team operation? Python can be used as infrastructure preparation, to prepare infrastructure for attacking, or to be used in the attack or exploitation, or maybe something that is not used directly in attack, but it helps us to shorten the analysis of attack. Like what? Like I say that in red teaming, we are using infrastructure a lot. Maybe for delivering payloads to the victim, active exploitation, controlling nodes with the command and control, also receive results from the victims or from the machines. Every part of campaign might need the infrastructure, and we can use Python to programmatically deploy or maybe programmatically manage the server, manage the application we use with Python. Some infrastructure that we are commonly used, we divide the infrastructure to be four categories, like command and control, how we can control the organization machine, how we, and payload server is managing the payload used to be delivered or downloaded by the victims. Phishing servers, which is a site that is visited by the victims, and the redirectors. And one discussion that is widely discussed in the red teaming world is, should we use a server or serverless approach for this infrastructure? For our case, we are using server, like something like phishing servers. This is phishing servers is essentially a mail server that is orchestrated to do a spamming. Like I said, red team is not only attacking a server, not only attacking technically exploiting the server, but we are also exploiting the human aspect. In most cases, the how we can enter the organization is through the employee. So in the first place, we can send maybe 100 emails to the different employee, and then with the correct content, with the correct persuasion, we bait them to visit some sites that we own, or maybe we maybe download some exploit that we prepare, and the other. For our phishing servers, we have 2 or 3 servers that is used only for spamming, different IPs, different region, and with a good reputation, of course. And we use Python to manage it, like from our command and control. We send email, we send command to each server to send emails programmatically, not log in to each server and send email, but we do it in one console. So it helps us a lot with Python to manage the server. And the other thing is redirectors. As red team, we don't want to be caught. No one should know that we are doing red teaming. Even the managers or even the board should not know that we are doing red team. To gain the anonymous, to gain the concealment, we are using something like proxy in front of our assets to redirect the traffic, like maybe when victim clicks something and it redirect to our server, but the blue team not know where is the real server we use. Common types is web traffic, payloads, and we use Python like with traffic, or use some proxy to redirect the traffic to our server. In our case, we use tools named Domain Hunter to set up infrastructure. Uh, the thing is, we use it to hunt expert domains for category expert domain. Some some organization, huge organization like maybe Amazon or maybe Google, they have a very large domain, very very huge in number, and in some case, in some situation, that the domain is expired. Blah blah blah, maybe like blah 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 with Google or maybe other things that's expired, and we use it, register it, and make it as our server to make people believe that we are from the legit organization like Google. And once we enter the organization, we are doing exploitation. The exploitation is not one step only. We are actively hunt any machine in there, any server, and once we got access to that server, we exploit more and more. We are attacking machine and humans, recon or weaponize, deliver, and the other stuff. We are iterating it over and over, until our goal is satisfied. In reconnaissance, we might do we want to know any information against the organization, like the employees information, the assets they have, the identity of the employee, the document they have published, and metadata they have in presence in the internet. We map it and classify it very carefully to plan the attack. Then one of the reconnaissance, when we attacking the server or machines, we are doing something like from the low layer, from the networking, we can use SCAPI. SCAPI is packet manipulation and decoder. We can send, sniff, dissect, and even forge network packets. We can create a malicious package and send it to server and see what response they will give. And next is open door, something like the directory scanner, like this website or this web application. What directory they have? We also use fuzzing the URL with VFast, PyFast, and the other. We use we gather intelligence with Belati. Belati is one of product from Indonesia, and we use open source like Shodan with Python. We programmatically crawl everything, and we weaponize what we found. We pick the right CVE, right exploits to deliver to the victims, and we deliver it with phishing framework, like maybe something like what I described. We are creating a site that is very mirroring the sites of the legit target, and once we get control over that, we are installing the remote access agent. We can use Python tools like Empire, which is very good, but is discontinued like now. And when we exploiting, we are not limited to the organization only. Like I said, we can attack the third party. We can attack the cloud, like AWS, AWS. There is some scripts that is usable, like Pachu. I don't know how to pronounce it, or AWS Pong. Some collection of script that can help us to attack cloud server. And if we attack the intra network, the servers of the server, we can use some tools like crack map exec. We get information about any server that support SMB there, cracking their credentials and execute command on there. Or we use tools like Star or Responder to attack, to crack their server. And maybe we use actively exploiting their server, but it's with something like Win payloads. If we gain attack, we can generate undetectable Windows payload with this, or we can use a clock, which is a Python backdoor framework. We can install a generate payload and inject it to Python script, which can be delivered to user. It's very stealth, and we very like it. And the next for our goal is to exfiltrate data. The goal of every criminals is to get data, dump data, anything that can be used financially. Sometimes we use PyExfil to exfiltrate data with Python, like document or from the database and the others, and others tools that are not mentioned for the steps of red teaming is red ALK. It's if you know CM or maybe it's a tools for tracking any logs in our server, and it alarming us if blue team is trying to detect us. So it's a prevention to get us to avoid blue team. There's a miscellaneous like debugging, and that's all. If you have question for the red teaming operation, what tools we have, you can ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ady. Let's give him applause. And now we will open to 1 or 2 questions. If you want to ask a question, you can do in bahasa Indonesia juga. It's okay. Bagi ada yang ingin bertanya, bisa angkat tangannya. Karena waktu kita terbatas. Ya, silakan.
Halo, guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oke, nama saya Adip. Yang ingin saya tanyakan adalah, kan di red team dan blue team itu juga sehari-harinya kerja sebagai yang satunya mendefense sistem, yang satunya juga menyerang gitu ya. Jadi saya ingin tahu apakah ada kejadian yang menarik yang mungkin secara teknis atau non teknis bisa diceritakan, misalkan kayak sehari-harinya itu attack-nya gini, terus jenengan masnya itu bisa nemu hal baru apa gitu. Itu yang pertama, hal yang menarik. Lalu yang kedua, apakah red team yang masnya sudah selama ini sudah sehari-hari dilakukan, apakah pernah membuat suatu tool sendiri atau bagaimana? Oke, itu mungkin.
Oke. Jawab di bahasa Indonesia apa bahasa Inggris? Bahasa Indonesia aja ya? Oke. Untuk kejadian yang menarik sebenarnya tadi Mas Budi, itu sebenarnya ada sempat kejadian, tapi kita nggak bisa kasih tahu di mana, kapan, dan bagaimana spesifiknya. Cuma kalau misalnya bisa dikasih highlight sebenarnya yaitu yang diserang adalah si company yang menyediakan SMS gateway. Itu salah satu kejadian. Ada lagi sebenarnya pada saat seorang blue team itu juga ngelihat analisis TTP tadi, tactics and procedure, untuk mendeteksi adakah serangan yang mengarah ke mengidentifikasi adakah serangan di infrastruktur. Serangan-serangan umum bisa dilihat sebenarnya di Mitra, tapi saya nggak dapat akses wifi, bisa coba cari. Itu diperlihatkan semua jenis serangan yang terdeteksi digunakan dari dulu sampai sekarang untuk menyerang infrastruktur maupun menyerang orang lah. Tekniknya kayak gimana, dia menggunakan teknologi apa, exploit apa, terus dia taktik apa, dia habis nyerang ke sini dia ngapain dan sebagainya, itu ada di situ. Kalau kami, apakah pernah membuat tools? Ya, tapi bukan untuk skala publikasi, bisa dipublish di GitHub. Something like kita pernah membuat tools untuk membantu kita secara asinkronus nge-request malicious format, nge-fast lah ke web application. Simple sebenarnya, kayak misalnya kita nge-request sebuah URL ke sebuah URL, kita ngotak-atik request yang ada, parameter diganti, tapi secara asinkronus. Jadi throughput yang kita dapat itu lebih besar daripada kalau misalnya kita menggunakan tools biasa. Gitu sih. Mungkin ada yang mau ditanyakan lagi? Nggak ada.
If there is no question, ada. Okay. Silakan, it's okay. The time is running out. Oh, we are so sorry.
Oh. Okay.
The time is running out. Maybe you can ask the question in this, or personally
You can ask
to Mr.
professionally
Satria.
when I around here, or you can ask with Telegram. You can ask in Telegram. This my email, professional email. You can ask that, and please introduce yourself. Okay. I really not. Maybe I not respond if something that kalau misalnya tiba-tiba nanya, biasanya masuk ke spam sih. Terus kalau misalnya aku nggak tahu ini siapa, biasanya nggak aku bales. Ya. Oke, sekian dari saya. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.